everyone, welcome back to the Makisode YouTube channel. How are you today? It's a beautiful weather out and I'm hoping it's the same where you are. So today we want to draw a pattern, right? We want to draw a pattern that I would like to use for a dress. This pattern is lovely. It can be used for a bag. It can be used for it's essentially anything. It's a solid pattern with just just very few chains, far, between. But it's a beautiful pattern made from mostly double crochet stitches and chains. Okay, so yeah, are you new here? Do go subscribe to our channel. Every week we bring you brand new videos, yeah, for inspiring you on all of the possibilities of crochet. We are showing you how we made one of our own bespoke pieces, or we are demystifying crochet, meaning we demystify what one celebrity or another wore by creating you a variation or an exact replica of the dress or apparel. Now we also simplify patterns. We draw patterns, we draw fillet graphs, we draw tapestry graphs, and what have you. Everything crochet we do right here. So totally go subscribe. We have our galleries. Yeah, we have those on Instagram. Gallery for our wedding day apparel, you can find that at Makisode Weddings. And then the gallery for corporates, casuals, and accessories, you can find those at Makisode Models. Do well to follow, do well to like, do well to leave a nice comment, and do well to share our content. We'll be glad to have you. All right, so yeah, this pattern, we talk about patterns all the time, especially crochet patterns come in sets of stitches and sets of rows, so this particular one, to draw a pattern, I usually recommend that you start from where your design, begins, right? Because there's the foundation row, which is essentially just, for the most part, will be chains, right? And then if your design actually starts from the next row, then totally start from there to draw. So for this pattern, I'm going to be starting on row 2, right? Because row 2 is a more defined design, right? So I'm going to start from there, and that will enable me know what row 1 and maybe how many chains I'm going to be needing for the foundation. All right, so this my row 2 is like a mesh row. All right, so I have I'm going to be having it looks this way. Let me just draw. So I have a post, a chain, a post, chain. I'm going to have 6 of these first of all. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, then I have this will be the one in the middle, 7. So I'm going to do another 6 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in total I'm supposed to have 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 windows. Now note that all of these things that are here are chains, and then all of these other ones are double crochet stitches. All right, so this is what I have generally in row 2. Okay, now this row 2 is not complete, so I'm going to complete it because I actually need the beginning and the end of my row. So the beginning of the row will be determined by where my turning chain is. All right, so before I get to the beginning of my row, I'm going to do the row beneath. The row beneath is all round double crochet stitches. So double crochet stitch here, double crochet stitch here, so whatever number of stitches I have in this row is the number of double crochet stitches I'm going to have in the previous row. I'm doing this before I come and create my first and last stitch for row 2. So essentially what I'm drawing currently is row 1. So now let me go to my foundation since I've drawn row 1. So foundation, at this point I'm going to have chains to the tune of the number of double crochet stitches I have above. All right, so that's it essentially. So you can actually create your own pattern. All you have to do is create where the design is first, and then walk, walk up or walk down. In this case, we're going to be working in both directions. So I've walked down first. Note, like I said, all of these long stitches in this pattern are double crochet stitches, and then of course you recognize the chains. So right after I have concluded on my double crochet capping and tearing, we will now have to decide where our first and last stitch will be per row. So if this was our foundation, so let's say this was the continued foundation, for every double crochet stitch we know we have three, three chains, so to speak. So yeah, this place right here, you have this 1 2 3 to represent one double crochet stitch. I'm going to add that one right there, okay, or depending on you, you could use two. So this is the row 1. So row 1 is going to be ending with this. So you notice that I'm going to have 2 double crochet stitches before I start having this. So that means that my turning stitch will be here, represented by these 3 chains, and then my last double crochet stitch will be here. So this is 2, this is 1, and this is 2. So you see that for this my design row, I have 2 double crochet stitches here, 2 double crochet stitches at the end, beginning and the end. All right, so now my third row will now consist of double crochet stitches all through, except in the middle window. The middle window remains a window. So where is that our middle window again? If we had 13 of this, it means that window 7 remains the same. So this will be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is window 7. Window 7, just so that we are not confused, remains the same, right? So window remains there. Then the rest of the stitches are double crochet stitches. All right, double crochet stitches all through for this row, except window 7. All right, so yep, that's it. So you fill up your double crochet stitches, per for this particular row. This is this is supposed to be my turning chain. So here will be 3 chains, and this represents row 3. All right, so double crochet stitches in every stitch across is row 3, except in the middle window, which remains a window. All right, so yeah, that's it that way. Now row 4, there's another design in row 4. All right, and this time around it involves including more chains somewhere. So we're going to find out where this is. So now I'm going to be having I'm starting out with my 2 double crochet stitches, with is chaining up 3 here, and then my double crochet stitch here. This is row 4, right? And then right after that I have more double crochet stitches headed here. So remember that this one remains the same. Let me start from here first. Usually you go with the one that is most clear, and then after I have 3 double crochet stitches flanking this window. So 1 2 and 3, flanking them. Then right then I now have 2 chains here, and then I have 2 chains leading leading down, okay. But before that, before I have those chains working there, I'm going to have for row 4 it's going to be different, but what I'm talking about right now is row 5. So for this row 4, I flanked my window with 3 double crochet stitches, right? I'm going to add another 3 double crochet stitches. So this is a double crochet stitch. So essentially I'm going to be flanking this window with 6 double crochet stitches. All right, so I have 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6 here, flanking the window. All right, and then for these 2 double crochet stitches, I'm going to be representing them with 2 chains, and then the rest is double crochet stitches. So double crochet stitch continues here, double crochet stitch here, double crochet stitch here, double crochet stitch here, and double crochet stitch here. So in total I have 1 2 3 4 5 double crochet stitches at the end. So my 2 chains right here, and then double crochet stitches take up this place. Great. So that's row 4 done, right? Always remember the window in the middle will guide you essentially. So I'm going to be working up my chains up here to represent another what do you call it now, a double crochet stitch. This is my row 5. Now for row 5, what I have is 2 double crochet stitches at the beginning and at the end. I'm going to represent my window again, so we don't get this twisted. And then for this one, this is the row where it is just 3 double crochet stitches flanking the window. So 3 double crochet stitches from here, 3 double crochet stitches flanking the window. Then this spot right here, see where you have where this comes to, all the way from here to this midpoint is 4 chains. So I have 1 2 3 and 4 here, right? And then 1 2 and 3 and 4, like that. That's what that will look like. Yeah. So yep, that's what it is. Have all of those right there. So yep, so another 4, yeah, 1 2 3 4 stitches, 1 2 3 4 stitches. So yeah, this represents, I'm gonna just put this here, 1 2 3 and 4, 1 2 3 and 4. So yep, that is the way that it is. Okay, that is the way that it is. I am gonna, at this point, if this is what the design says, it means I'm going to slip stitch into this place and then continue. So when I'm working the swatch, we would see what this ends up looking like. All right, so last but not least, row 6 is going to be here. So chain up 3 to represent the double crochet stitch. After chaining up 3, what I have there is a repetition of row 4. Yep, row 4. So what happens is that it's like a mirror. So I've gotten to row 5. My row 6 will look like row 4. My row 7 should look like my row 3. My row 8 should look like my row 2, essentially. Yep. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, exactly. So that it is, that's the way it is. So here, if it's supposed to look like this row 4, it means that I'm going to have this right there. Okay, then I'm going to have 3 1 2 3 again, which is a total of 5, right? Then this way too is going to be a total of 5. Let me 2 3, right? 4. Let me come up a bit. It's clumsy looking right now. 4 and 5 right there, 5 right there, right? So yep, I have that. Don't forget that there's a window here, window there. I always get guided by the window, right? So with windows there, so what do I have left in row 4? What I have left is 1 2 3 4 5 6 double crochet stitches flanking this. All right, so 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and then in between are these 2 chains. See, so 1 2 3 4 5, right? And then in between right there, yeah, let me be sure. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and then in between here are the 2 chains, and then it ends with this number of 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Perfect. So that's row 6. So 6 is equal to 4, right? 7 will be equal to 3, so you'll be walking back down, right? And then 8 will be equal to 2. So this is what you have on 2. Like I said, always note what is repetitive, which is usually these flanks, yeah, what starts the row and what ends the row. And then this, look for what is similar, and note it. So we'll do the repetition, just works that way. All right. So this next row definitely is gonna be a repetition of this one right here, which is correct. 7 is equal to 3, and then 9 will be equal to 1. However, by this, as you go up, right, as you increase the number of rows, you remember that this remains unless it is the last row. If you walked up to the very last row, that's where you're ending, you can always repeat this. However, if you're still working this, remember that the middle pattern remains the same. All right, so that's about done. Something else I'd like to mention: if you're working more stitches this way, for example, we have here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29. I have 29 in total here before my chain up, right? So if I have 29 here, and then I was supposed to work maybe more, I have another, because this is from here. See, this is the biggest design. So from here to this midpoint is one design. From here to this other point is another full design, right? So if I was supposed to keep going out like this, would have to keep repeating itself. So rather than have this one here, you probably just want to repeat this, repeat a window here, so you'd use this essentially to determine how far you want to go, which is why I started with this row 2, because this is my most definitive. Apart from this one, this is my most definitive row, so to speak. All right, I have my usual you have the 1 2 3 4 5 6. It is the 7th one that is the center. So if I was supposed to end here, it means I would have ended on this stitch. So essentially 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13, yeah, or yeah, say 14, multiples of 14 plus 1. Let me put that here. Multiples of 14 stitches plus 1. That's it. Okay, so multiple of 14 stitches plus 1, and then you can modify as you go along. Really, nothing is cast in stone. Whatever it is that works best, with what you're working on, that's what you should stick with. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and then stay tuned as we turn this into an actual swatch. Bye for now.